has been paused. Oh, we're live now. You can blame Andy for the internet.
Junior, why do you always tell me stories, Junior?
Facebook is building an audience for us.
Thanks, Facebook.
They're real homies.
Build an audience full of...
We're live.
Never mind. So you want me to tell jokes? Is that what you're thinking? What'd the farmer say when he lost his tractor? Junior, you can't leave in the middle of a joke.
Oh, you're telling me jokes? What did the farmer say when he lost his tractor?
No, his tractor.
Oh, barn, I lost my tractor.
No, where's my tractor?
Should I tell you that one?
Yeah. I only have jokes for 7-year-olds, so...
Your joke must have come up because we're spiked at 9 viewers.
Alright, what's up everybody? We're just gonna let more people join, and in the meantime see if we can't get our plugs to not be dangling here. Somebody's gonna get hurt one of these days. It's not gonna be my fault. If you've never joined us for Wheel It Fit Live, we basically take live questions on wheel fitment, but we also in the process are showing off the gallery and showing you how to use it. So you'll see that I'll live on these filters, which are the make and model and suspension, and I always skip wheel size because I don't care, and then wheel width and tire size, because whether you're running a 20 or a 22, it fits the same. So for us fitment fellas, it's irrelevant. Unless if we're on the gram, then we'd be talking about our 2-footers. So we're just gonna hang out for a little bit, let some more people join, but I would say once we start getting fitment questions, we will just roll Banker, because I think people have figured out what we're doing.
Alright, we got 2 of them already, so 3 of them.
There's so many fingerprints on my desk. Banker, you did most of those.
Probably. Ready to go? We'll get behind.
Let's roll.
Alright, Randy has a 95 Ford F-150.
What's up, Randy? Ford F-150. And remember, so the rule is, Randy, we're going to work with you here. Hang with us. So if you have more questions or once we help you out, let us know that you're good to roll, and then we'll move on to the next one. So, you know, like I said every week, our goal is to show you how to use the site, not try to answer 1,000 fitment questions, because, you know, this could be the last week that we do this. So our goal is that you can use the site yourselves, because you'll see, I don't know anything about fitment. We just use our own website and narrow it down, and then we can conclude what's going to fit based on what other people have done. And Banker knows some fitment stuff, so if we get in trouble, we'll hit him up. Rock and roll. Ford F-150.
Stock.
Stock. Suspension.
10 wides and 33s.
10 wides and 33s. I'm going to tell you that you probably need a leveling kit, unless if you're willing to cut.
On a 95 though.
The oldest one I have is a 01. Is that this? That's the same body style, isn't it?
Nope.
One body style older.
Mm-hmm.
10 wides and 33s. 01. No rubbing or scrubbing, minor plastic trimming. So what I will typically do if I get into that pinch is I'll say, okay, did they do 12 wides? Because if they went even more aggressive than you're talking, you know that you can make it happen. 98, am I finally in the right generation?
Nope.
Damn it. What is it, 97?
96.
Let's see what the 98 did. Got the torsion bars cranked, minor plastic trimming. Let's see if we have any 95s with 33s. So what I did was I got rid of my wheel width, so I'm still looking at 33s and I'm looking at Ford F-150s. I'm going to sort it by oldest.
Nothing goes back that far.
You know what I'm worried about? Oh, because I'm on stock suspension. That's why. Let's try leveling kit. There's a 95. That's pretty much the only one, huh?
Sure is.
So he's got a leveling kit, 9 wides and 33s. Slight rub it for, and he's trimming metal. I'm assuming the corner of that bumper I can see where it's trimmed.
Right.
So 10 wides and 33s on stock, you're going to be trimming a good chunk of that front bumper. He took a good piece out of there. I can't, it looks like there's a lot of room in the back, but it's hard to say. So the answer is, even with a leveling kit on 10 wides, you're definitely going to be trimming a good chunk of that front bumper off, and odds are it's going to hit back here too at full crank if it's reaching that bumper. Because it looks like even with a leveling kit, 9 wides on 33s, you're going to be trimming the bumper. See if anybody did 35s. Nope. So that's going to be the closest you're going to find on a classic like that, on the 95s. I can call it a classic, right? It's like 22 years old.
Yeah.
Never mind that I was like 20 in 95. God, am I getting old. That's my final answer. What does Randy think about that?
You're a little far behind, so. Or ahead, whatever you want. We have celebrities in the audience.
Really?
Jeff Clear would like you to be able to choose your vehicle brand in the selections.
What up, Jeff Clear? What do you mean vehicle brand?
Search by. I don't know. Randy says awesome. What is Jeff? Yeah.
Jeff, talk to me, boy. Talk to me. You know a lot of stuff. What am I missing? Those of you that
vehicle
don't.
brand in your search criteria. Of course you can. It's the first thing. Make and model.
Brand of what? Does he mean brand of wheel?
Can you choose vehicle brand in your search criteria?
Absolutely. You mean make and model? Those of you that don't know, Jeff built 2 SEMA builds this year. Tiki Max, and that one's my favorite, so I always forget the other one. He'll probably tell us, but Jeff Clear's one of the originators of Team Stance also. He's a really good dude. But we don't have a clue what he's talking about right now. Let's do another fitment and then come back. Hopefully Jeff will let us know what he means.
Alright. Johnny.
What's up, Johnny?
Oh, Gunner. Project Gunner. That's
Project Gunner, yep.
Just got a 17 Silverado GMC, doesn't specify, 3500 single rear wheel.
You said Silverado and then GMC. Are you trying to trick me?
Well, he didn't say, but it's 3500 HD, so it's one of the two.
Okay.
He wants to keep his stock 18s. Wants to know if 33s will fit on those with a level.
Absolutely. Stock. We don't do much with stock wheels. So that's going to be a tough one, but 33s, yeah, because it comes with 34s. A 3500?
Comes with 32s. With a level, they'll fit. He said it was a Chevy.
He said with a leveling kit?
Yeah, and he's looking at cognito level, so it's gonna be like a 3-inch level.
On a 3500?
Yeah.
On stock wheels and 33s? Yeah. How could it not?
It's gonna rub on the sway.
Will it rub on the inside? Because of the fat? They're 33 12 and a half?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so what happens with 12 and a half wide tires on stockers, because stockers have such a high positive offset, they're sucked way in. The bubble of the tire on the inside will hit the sway bar when you turn. That's why you'll see most people will get a 0 or negative, slightly negative offset wheel when they do that. But we do very, very, very little stock wheels without spacers that, you know, the website's not going to help you much with that. The site is really designed for aftermarket wheels and tires, or aftermarket tires and wheels in this case that I would want to emphasize. So I would say that you could do it with spacers. I would just get aftermarket wheels too, unless if you really like the look of your current wheel, then I would run 2-inch spacers to get out past the studs so you don't have to cut any, and then run 33 12.5s on a leveling kit and you'll clear. Maybe a little bit of plastic trim because of 2-inch spacers, because then you're basically running a 10 wide on 33s on
With the big
2500 level.
It'd be close.
Be super close, yeah. Bye, Nick. Have a nice night.
Yeah. Front door's locked.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, he said he will be doing aftermarket wheels eventually. It's just
Yeah, I would do that when you do tires. It'll actually save you a lot of money on remounting and balancing. Do the TPMS sensors once and not dealing with spacers or having a rubbing issue on the inner sidewall. That's what I would do.
he's happy.
Happy, happy. If you're happy, I'm happy, Johnny. Was that Johnny?
It was Johnny.
Wow, my memory's really improving. Must be all the vitamins I eat. Apples and bananas.
Alright. Ooh, here's a good one. Joshua
What's up, Joshua?
has an 03 GMC Sierra,
Okay. 1500, I assume?
1500 I assume, with a 6-inch. He wants to try and fit 38s.
So I chose GMC Sierra 1500 suspension lift 6-inch. What wheels?
20s on 38s.
So you didn't say how wide?
He didn't say how wide. I think he just wants to know if he can fit 38s.
What year was it?
03.
So 01, same ballpark.
Correct.
He's got 38 15.5s and a really sweet ass sticker on his windshield. You'll see he's running 12 wides, which is a really big wheel, lots of offset. 6-inch lift. Oh, he's also got a 3-inch body. So that's not going to help us. He still did minor metal trimming. On a 6-inch with 38s, you're going to be trimming no matter what you do. That's a lot of tire for a Chevy wheel well. And on that truck, that's going to be especially on a GMC, that's going to be a metal bumper, right?
That generation should be plastic.
Is it plastic? The Silverado had metal.
He's got a goofy set. He's looking at 22-inch stock wheels with those 38s.
So again, you'll definitely need spacers because even with your lift, I think the stock wheels. Oh no, they're clear because they're 22s.
Pushes them out.
Yeah. But that tire is going to be huge. That's either 13.5 or 15.5.
Mhm.
So you're going to hit the control arms. You're going to have to push those out with spacers. So this 2000 has 9 wides and 37s. There weren't many 38s because they're just not that common. These guys are all running 9 inches of suspension though. Oh 04. 9 wides and plus 10s, 37, 13.5, 6-inch suspension range body. They all run a 9 inches of lift in total to get that to happen.
Now he's wondering what if he goes down to 35s, how much trim?
35s is a lot more realistic and common. So 35s,
Can you filter to 20 by 9s? Or 22 by 9s, I guess?
by 9s for sure. Because a 22 is irrelevant. A 20 or a 22 is going to run the same. What year did you say? 03-ish?
Yeah. So it'll be 99 to 05. 06.
These are 9 wide negative 12, which is the more aggressive of 9 wides. 6-inch rough country, minor metal trimming. Even on 35, that's a weird tire size. I'm not going to trust that one. Let's find a different one. 2000, a 9 wide 0, 35 12.5s. That one again has a 3-inch body lift. Everybody's running 9 inches on these things. Are you laughing with or at me?
Completely unrelated.
Okay. You just having a really good time?
Yeah, this is awesome.
This one's tough because everybody. So 9 wides and 35s, he'd fit all day on 6-inch. Some plastic trimming, right?
Correct.
But what I'm trying to find is that generation.
A lot of people. You're gonna be. Well, 17. Oh, no, that's a new generation.
07 is too new.
Well, it depends.
So 05, but that guy's running a body lift. There's an 05. I don't think we looked at this guy. 6-inch lift, no rubbing, no scrubbing, minor plastic trimming. So that guy's saying what we thought. 9-inch wides and 35 12.5s. It's just a little bit of plastic trim. Let's see if we can see what he trimmed. Probably the inner liners and maybe the very bottom of the front bumper. Unfortunately, the site keeps bouncing me when I... This guy. So this one's a 6-inch lift. Again, minor plastic trimming. So that's 3 of them we found. If you go down to 35s and you run a 9 wide, either 0 offset or -12 offset or -6 offset, anything right in there, you're going to be fine on 35 12.5s with a little bit of plastic trimming on a 6-inch lift. So remember, one of our rules is, you'll notice I kept going until I found several vehicles, because you don't want to take just one person's word for it. I think what's happening is the internet's running slow and I keep jumping around because I don't have any patience. Oh, that's an 07. You said that might be a little different.
Well, 07 was the body change. 2 centimeters in plastic.
This guy's got a sweet sticker. 6-inch rough country. He says no rubbing or scrubbing. And he's on 9 wides, -12, 35, 12.5. So I think, that's what I would do. And I think that's a pretty stuffed look. And you're probably going to be trimming that bottom of that valance and maybe a little bit of inner liner on the back side. But that's as big as I would go. 9 wide, -12s and 35s.
Yeah, and he's looking at
on 6 inches.
9 wide plus 30s. So he wants stock and alloy wheels.
Because he wants to do the 22s. So you're going to have to get spacers. You'll hit the control arms, right? Same problem.
We hit the sway bar.
Unless if those stock wheels are a little bit more aggressive, and sometimes they are. I think he'll be close enough that he could do it and then order spacers if when you at full crank touch that inner sidewall of the tire. Then you could add spacers, and then with the spacers you're going to have to do some plastic trimming. Because then you'd basically be running 10 wides. So, hopefully that helped. You're throwing me all the weird ones tonight, Banker. Can't you just ask me if some
Hey, I'm asking you what
10 wides and
people wanna
33s fit
know.
on a level F-150? Yeah, the good news is it sounds like you guys are figuring out the easy ones on your own. And the trickier ones are the ones you need help with, so it's probably a good thing. Did that help him, Joshua?
Yes, he did. He did say, where is it? Yep, helps a lot, so. Alright, here. Justin has an 05 Dodge 2500.
Dodge Ram 2500.
12 wides and 35. He wants to know how tall he needs to go to clear.
12 wides, 35s. So I basically chose Dodge Ram 2500. I went with 12 wides, 35s. What year? 05?
up. Yes. More celebrities. Art Smith is here.
What is up, Art Smith from Killer Wax? If you guys haven't tried out our wheel shine, you're missing out. But we're okay with that because that's more for us. Sometimes I think we buy the pallets of it so that we know we'll never run out. 12 wides, 35s, and an 05, so you want to know how much suspension. So what I typically would do for something like that is I think people are getting away with leveling kits, so I'm going to start with a leveling kit and see what people are telling me. 07, right generation. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't know my generations at all.
No.
I just don't study that kind of information. It's not going to help me in the long run. Here, I found an 05, so I don't have to know. 12 wides, 35, 12 and a half, 2.5 inch Hellbent leveling kit, slight rub at full turn, minor metal trimming. So it sounds like on a level, you can definitely get it to fit and it'll give you that good stuffed look. But you're gonna do a little bit of metal trimming, I'm assuming, on the corner of the bumper and maybe the back of the front fenders. So back in here. But let's see if anybody else. So an 03, right generation?
Yes. 0305.
0305. So this is an 03 leveling kit, slight rub at full turn, minor plastic trimming. 12 wides, 35s. So it sounds like he's letting it rub on the back of that inner fender. So I think my answer would be leveling kit to have a little bit of rubbing and a little bit of trimming. Anything more than that, you'll basically clear it. So I bet you if I go up to a 3-inch lift, well, they have every generation but the one in the middle. So let's try 3.5, 4-inch, 03. No rubbing, no scrubbing, no trimming. So final answer is if you go up to a 4-inch, it will fit without any trim. And with a leveling kit, you can get it to fit with some trimming, but nothing too carried away. Did that help?
Yeah.
I forgot his name already. You did too?
Justin.
Justin. So let us know if that helped, Justin. So, leveling kit, you're all good with some trimming. 4-inch lift. Clear for days. So, you know, some people, I think, they believe that they have to fill in all of these filters if they're going to search in here. What I always do is I just fill in the bare minimum. So if my question is, what's the minimum I can get on a Chevy Silverado, because I hear this one 52 times a day. The least amount of suspension I can do to get 12 wides and 33s on my newer Silverado, I just go in here and I start with stock suspension and I see if anybody's doing it. There's not a single newer Silverado doing it on stock. So that means it doesn't fit because nobody's figured it out. Then I go leveling kit and I see there's some 17s, 16s, 16s, 15s, 15s, 14s. So my answer would be leveling kit. And then I go in here and I see how much trimming did it take. And you'll see that some people say it doesn't rub, which that's not true, so that guy's fibbing. And then on the 16, he's saying, no, he didn't fill it out. What's up, Junior?
Hold on.
This leveling kit rubs and minor metal trimming, but he has also got spacers. So I literally will just dance around and look at all the guys running leveling kits to see what they're doing. Minor plastic trimming, and it still rubs. And I would come to the conclusion that I could do it with a leveling kit, but I'm gonna have to trim. And if I didn't want to do any trimming, I just keep going up. So I go up to a 3-inch lift. Nobody with a new vehicle has done 3-inch lifts. Usually that means they don't even make them. 3.5-inch lifts, so now I can look and see what they did there. So hopefully that helps. That's the most common way to see what's the biggest I can fit, or can I get 12 wides and 33s. Got another one? You guys are having too much fun. I feel like you should tell me.
They want Junior in front of the camera.
Junior, come here. You guys are gonna see what this guy's really like live.
Oh, I got it in my gosh, I'm not so sure.
No, you should wear your fur coat.
My fur coat.
I gotta see your style.
All right, guys. What's the next question? I'm ready to go.
Okay, Junior. Jason
What's up, Jason?
wants to fit.
You can't take my line. I use that line.
He wants to fit 36 by 15 and a half on 14 wides on his 05 Chevy 2500 HD with a 6-inch lift.
2500 HD. So, all right, we're gonna go to Chevrolet. 2500 HD. 6-inch lift.
That is
Wheel width was a 14 wide.
Yes.
And he wanted 36s.
36 by 15 and a half.
You set him up. I like it.
And conveniently, there is one in here that's got 36 by 15 and a half on it.
Oh crap.
It's got some running some forces. Now this guy says that there's major metal trimming involved and there's still a slight rub at full turn. So sticks out way out there. Let's check the other one, see if this one's running. Here's another one running 36 by 15 and a half. This one says minor metal trimming and slight rub at full turn, so my consensus would be that there's still going to be some metal trimming to do and it's still going to rub after that. So that makes sense? Good.
Who was that, Jason? Did you hear back from Jason yet?
Nope. Everybody's just so excited that Junior's on camera.
They all froze. But you didn't, Junior. You're crushing it.
Are we good to go?
I'm just waiting for the catch up. Okay.
That's Jason, if that helped.
You.
That's Jason.
Jason, did that help?
That was so intense. I like this job.
Alright, Junior, you want another one?
Sure, let's do it.
Jeff Clear's impressed with how you're doing.
Thanks, Jeff.
Alright. James.
What's up,
has
James?
A 99. Okay, Jason said thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, James has a 99 two-door Tahoe
Why you gotta give me all the hard ones?
on an 8-inch lift.
Is that a Blazer or is it still technically a Tahoe?
It is a Tahoe.
8-inch?
8-inch. He's got 10 wides and 35s now. He wants to know if he can run 37s.
Well, there's no body styles of that one in the gallery, so couldn't we go to a K1500 and would it be the same?
Go up and down on the lift kit. So go
Yeah.
a little smaller or a little bigger on the lift kit,
Okay.
because sometimes you'll get close.
Let's jump down to 6-inch just to see what's out there. There's a bunch, so we're gonna go by oldest. 2-door,
Mm-hmm.
and he has what now?
He has 35s now.
Okay.
He wants to know if he can fit 37s on his 8-inch lift.
What width are the
10 wides.
10 wides? Good call. Oops. Cracking under pressure here.
You're doing good.
And look for one fitting 37s.
Yeah, but I'm not seeing anything. So now we jump down to 35s to see what they have out there
Nope. He wants to fit 37s, so you just need to keep playing with your heights.
for the suspension.
Yep.
Yeah, try a 7.5. There's a lot of angry faces coming across this screen. No pressure, no pressure though.
Let's go.
The good news is you're gaining followers. The bad news is they're angry followers.
There is one.
Jeff Clear's trying to set it off with hearts.
Yeah,
Appreciate it,
Jeff's
Jeff.
gonna save you, bro.
Alright, so there's one here that's running 10 wides and 37s on 6-inch suspension, 3-inch body. He's claiming there's no rubbing or scrubbing and no trimming at full turn.
And 2-inch spacers.
And he's running 2-inch spacers front and rear. I think he's lying.
Well, he has no balance.
Yeah, I feel like it's still going to catch back there, and that's on 9 inches of lift.
So what's he need to do to fit 37s, Junior?
On 10 wides,
10 wide negative 24s.
looks like he'd be doing some probably mini NorCal, huh? So you're going to cut the fender, tuck it back to create that extra space in the back of the fender well there, so that when you're cranking it, it's not going to rub on the metal. And do some front, probably valance trimming, huh?
Yeah, if not, just removing it like he did there.
Or if you want to be a baller, to remove it. Does that help? What was his name? I'm a bit worse than Sean, I guess.
James.
James. That help, James? Maybe.
Maybe? I don't know. You're a little behind, so
It's about
I'm not getting anything from him.
20 seconds, it looked like.
Do you want to do another one or you want Sean to jump in there?
Sean,
He's
you wanna
doing good.
jump back? You
You're
want me to do one
crushing
more?
it, Junior.
I'll do
Heck
one
yeah.
more.
Give him a more
There you go.
typical one.
James says thanks.
You're
A
welcome.
more typical one?
Yeah.
Alright. Let's see. Marika? Interesting name. 12 wides, 32s on a leveled 16 Silverado, Junior.
Super Chevy, 1500.
Yep.
Leveled 12 wides
12 wides.
and 32s. Okay, so nothing wrong for 32s.
So here,
Jump up to 33. Check this out. The new body style.
Yep.
So this here, 2017, 12 wides and 33s on a leveling kit, and they give no information. Jump to the next one, 12 wides, 33s, 2.5 inch level. This one says it rubs, and there's minor plastic trimming, which I'm guessing would just be the front valance then that they trimmed. They still have the whole plastic piece on the rear of the fender, it looks like, so doesn't look like they touched back there really. Let's check out another one. Three-inch leveling kit. That one's got spacers though. No information. Alright, so they removed their rear block and have a 2-inch leveling kit up front. So won't that have just a little bit of lean then?
Mm-hmm.
And then with that, they say that they have no trimming and then no rubbing or scrubbing. And it looks like, yeah, they didn't take anything off of the front valance. So a 32 on a leveling kit, based on what I'm seeing here, I would say is pretty plausible. I feel like there may still be a little trimming as far as backing out of driveways and stuff. to make sure that it doesn't catch anywhere there, but it looks like, yeah, this one here's got minor rub at full turn with minor plastic trimming. So 32 and an inch shorter, just a little bit of plastic trimming, and you'd be able to run that no problem, I think.
So typically a 32 is a 305/50. So if you go back to the gallery and look up 305s, you should be able to show them that exact setup.
Good call.
Basically race truck.
These are 305/45s.
He's asking what about the negative 44, so you'd want to share with him all 12 wides are negative 44s.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna comment that.
All 12 wides are either going to be a negative 44. A couple of the brands are coming out with a
even
negative 51, which is just negative 5 millimeters more. So you're looking at that much more stance than a normal negative 44 offset. But all 12 wides are going to be the same amount sticking out. This one's got major plastic trimming and slight rub at full turn. And that's a 305/50, which is a 32 by 12.
So now he wants to know if that sticks out a lot. So a good thing to go through right now might be all of the fields, and then the fact you can just look at the pictures and see how much it sticks out. So do you just want to talk about a gallery page? The one you were on was fine.
Oh,
And just kind of go through in general what's all available on that page,
yes.
starting with the title.
Basically, yeah. So on this page, it's going to tell you, starting at the top, what year the truck is, what the wheels are in the offset, what the tires are in the offset, so you know what the setup is going to be. Scrolling down, you'll see that it's going to say right here that it's a negative 44 offset, and it's got a 4.8 inch back spacing. And it says right here what the stance is. So this guy wrote that his stance is aggressive, greater than 1 inch outside the fender. There's also super aggressive, which is like 3 to 5 inches, and hella stance, which is over 7 inches of offset then on the truck. And you can just tell by the pictures just scrolling through them, then you can see there's a good, at least a third to almost a half of the tire, probably around a third of the tire sticking out on these then. And that's just on a leveling kit with the 12 wide negative 44 offset. And then down here it'll take the tire size, so this is a 305/50. It takes that metric size and converts it to a 32 by 12, so you know what the size is then as far as comparing the metric sizes to normal. Then runs through the suspension details, talks about where the rubbing is, how much trimming was done, and spacers. Good to go?
I'm going to ask that question. He wants to know if he should just go with 10 wides then.
If you don't want to do any trimming at all, we can look and see what a 10 wide has.
Was that a warning that you just gave my computer a virus?
Probably.
Gingivitis?
So it looks like this one on a 10 wide has minor plastic trimming and says it still rubs. Let's check with one more. Oh, it's a 45.
Yeah, that'll be tall.
This one's only a negative 19 offset, so some of the 10 wides, those will vary in size a little bit. Some of the 10 wides are negative 12, some are negative 18 or 19, and then some are negative 24. And that all plays a factor because you're looking at close to a half-inch difference as far as the stances and everything. So this one is a 20 by 10 negative 19 with 305/55, which is a 33.2 by 12. This one has slight rub at full turn. That's a 33 on a negative 19. So looking at a negative 24 with a 32, my final conclusion is that on a leveling kit, you'll be doing minor plastic trimming, and it may still rub at full crank, backing out of driveways.
And even 10 wides.
Right,
Yeah.
on 10 wides even. Would you agree, Banker?
I agree.
Does that help out?
Yeah, I think we're good there.
Good to go? Switch back. Nice talking to y'all.
What do you mean? You gotta stay up there until they call for me.
We're gonna catch Jeff Clear here. Because I have a feeling he didn't upload his truck into the gallery.
Oh, I hope we look for it and it's not there. I saw his comment. So we're looking for a Chevy
Yeah, 2016 2500
2500.
on 10 inches. wides and 40s.
Nope. Jeff Clear, you didn't add your truck to customoffsets.com. The great news is I am here to show you that all you have to do is click this button and follow these steps, and you too will be on the world's largest fitment gallery. Or else. And that's a threat. I don't think Jeff's afraid of me though. Or please and thank you. And you're awesome. Let's do one. I saw somebody with an F-150 2015, 9 wides plus 1,
Yeah.
305 55s, doesn't want any rubbing.
Right.
Not gonna happen. That damn brace.
That brace. I was gonna comment, but
Yep. So what you were asking about is a Ford, and can you find who that was?
yeah, Jeffrey Thompson.
Jeffrey. Ford F-150, and it was stock suspension, leveling kit,
Literally just did one of these in the shop the other day.
and you wanted to do 9 wides and 305. So one of the troubles is a 305 55 is a tall tire. So here's one, a 305 55. You've got a 15. Let me just see. I think there's 15s. They're the same, but
Yeah.
so this would be the same fitment. This is the Raptor Criminally Insane. And you can see he's got 9 wide 0. He's got a 2-inch ready lift, slight rub at full turn, no trimming. So this one, it's not trimming you can see, and it's not rubbing on the normal front and back of the wheel well. So it's not that it's gonna rub here or here. There is a brace inside there,
You can see it.
and it's
circling
right
around.
here.
There you go.
And it's just gonna, you can see the salt knocked off of that brace right there. That is literally, we're going in, that is literally where it's rubbing. So what most people are gonna do is just leave it rub. So my answer would be, I would just do it and let it rub that, because it's a rounded corner, so it's not gonna hurt the tire any, and it's only at like, what is it, like 3/4 crank?
3/4.
And it quits at full crank. It's literally at that spot, and you can see the spot he's wearing it off. So the only other option is to remove that brace, but that is a safety crash brace, and that's why most people are just leaving it on there. But unfortunately, Ford snuck that in there, making it difficult and causing that to rub. So hopefully that helped Jeffrey. Let us know if that did. But that's going to be on the 15s and 16s. They left that brace in there on the 16s, right?
Yes.
So this is another
All the
one.
aluminum body trucks.
This is a 16, and you're going to see that he's saying slight rub at full turn, no trim. So people are doing it what you want to do, and they're just letting that rub a little bit, and they're getting over it because it's not worth cutting that whole crash brace out of there for the little bit that it hits.
Cut down to a 305/50 and clear for days too.
Yeah, so you could do a 305/50, which would clear. The difference though is almost a full ½ inch of tire height. So you go from a 33.2 tall to like a 32.8. And guys like that more stuffed look, especially with such big wheel wells. So that would be your choice. 305/55, have it rub that brace, or 305/50, and it would clear that brace. Did that help, skis? And you'll notice that almost nobody's running 305/50s. They like the look of the 305/55, and the little bit of rubbing is worth it.
Yep. Jeffrey said thanks.
Yeah, like literally.
Super helpful.
Hey, you're super awesome. Appreciate the question. That's a really good one because it's really common with the 15, 16s.
Two-wheel drive 06 Silverado.
Come on. Chevy Silverado 1500. Suspension?
Well, he's 3-inch body, 3-inch level kit. So he's got About 5 probably, more like.
So we'll start with the leveling kit. Let's do about 3-inch body. What's the question?
He wants the biggest tires he can fit with minor trimming on 9 wides.
9 wides. What year was it?
Well, it's an 07 Classic, so 04 to 06.
$33, 12 and a half. I don't like that we only... Oh, leveling kit and body lift. We have that filter. I guess we've been here before. So you said 04?
Yeah, 04
Or
to
3?
06. But it's 2-wheel drive, that's the kicker.
Oh yeah. So for that, I would want to go to my advanced search, and that'll open up a whole new plethora of filters. And one of them now moved over to the left side is going to be drive, and I can go to rear wheel drive, which would be 2-wheel drive, of course. In an 02. Junior, he just threw a ping pong ball at me. He's really. Do you want the seat back? You mad? You want to be back in the hot seat, Junior? So this guy did the leveling kit and body lift, slight rub at full turn, minor plastic trimming on 35s and 9 wides. I mean, if it was me, I would do 33s. 35s is pushing it, especially if you don't want to do any trimming. Here's 9 wides and 33s. That's a Sierra. It's similar. Minor plastic trim. I would stick with 33s. For one, I think it looks good. And for two, it's a 2-wheel drive with a leveling kit, which is basically equal to a 4-wheel drive stock.
Yeah.
Then you got a 3-inch body lift and you're putting 33s on there. That fills everything up pretty fast.
Yeah.
So I would stick with 9 wides and 33 12 and a halves on that. And I think you'll be good to go. Did he say he didn't want to do any trimming or minor? He said minor. Yep. So 9 wides, 33 12 and a half. Basically this setup right here. And that's a general look that you would have. But obviously swap out the Sierra for a Silverado.
Yep, he's happy. He said thank you very much.
No problem. No problemo. I would say take one more and then any... Actually, let's not do any more. We have about 13 minutes, and then I'd like to head home. It's almost 7 o'clock here. General questions. So I think we keep asking this, but we don't allow enough time, because then by the time they ask them, we're already off live. General gallery questions or general fitment questions or general website questions as far as using it. So as you guys think of those and start posting them, one thing I would love to show you, we have added to the website the lift kits. So as of today, about half of the trucks, and we're going to keep adding them. So if this truck has a 4.5-inch zone kit, we now have right here for you that kit, or it will take you to the options available. So you get your 4.5-inch zone kit. So, and if you said, you know, I don't want to necessarily do zone, you can change it and say, you know, I want to see all brands, and they only make a 4.5-inch in zone for that truck. So it's a terrible example, but hopefully that makes sense. But that's a new feature that you'll see the lift kits right there, so you can see exactly what they're running and then snap them up, which should be some of the best prices on the entire World Wide Web. That's what we always strive for. So, any general questions? Keep babbling.
Jeffrey would like to see the weight of the tires on the website.
Yeah, we heard that last time. We didn't do anything with that, did we, Junior?
I don't think so.
Let me give myself a note this time, because I'm almost positive we have that. So it's definitely not on there. I can't remember. Did we even go look? Oh, you know what? We got that one after it was too late, and then I bet you we all forgot about it.
Yeah, I think he had asked as soon as we got off.
Junior, can you see if there's any Post-its? Somebody stole all of my Post-its. You! These look just like mine,
They're mine.
but they're different color. Oh, we just had a
That was
safety
close.
hazard. So, yeah, we definitely don't have tire weight, so we will add tire weight. That's actually easy. Tire weight added. You should see that by Friday.
Yeah, Sean's second one from the bottom. It says wait.
Does it really? Actually, we are so fast that it is now available. You'll see second from the bottom are the weights of the tires. If it's not listed, then we're not getting it from the manufacturer, and likely it's a challenge to get. But let me see if...
Check on some with like Toyos.
Yeah, let me go check on some of the super popular ones and see if they have the weights on there. Let's check on the top. 33 inch. We all know you like your courageous. Yeah, 63.1 pounds. So it looks like we do have the tire weights. Check on the almighty Aturo, 63.9. So they are on there, Jeffrey. It looks like it's way at the bottom if you go through the specs. It's hidden well enough that I didn't know it was on there and I was looking right at it. So hopefully that helps. Toyo RT. Yep, 68.78 pounds. So they are on there. And if they do carry a warranty, you'll also see the warranty is on there. It's always like the last thing listed. So that should be there. And then there's always load pressure and load range and index, which we're going to do a shit I never knew very soon on what the heck those three things mean. Because I think that's a popular question. Any other general questions?
And there's one about how will spacers affect the ride.
So here's the general spacer rule. They shouldn't affect the ride much at all. I mean, you're literally just pushing your tires out. What you always hear about is, yeah, spacer's going to wipe out your wheel bearings. If your truck has 150,000 miles on it, it's about due for wheel bearings. So if you take that 150,000 mile truck and you slam 2-inch spacers on it and push everything out, obviously the math would say it's going to put more leverage on those wheel bearings, and then they will just finally go out because they were going out anyways. But we've got 2-inch spacers and 14 wides and all that stuff on our newer trucks with 20, 30, 40,000 miles. I don't know anybody, and I've asked Team Stance to pay attention. Has anybody ever gone through wheel bearings or ball joints on lower mile trucks because of spacers or wide wheels? And the answer is no. That's a total myth. That's not true. But if you have 150, 160, 170,000 miles, like on our CO Avalanche, the minute we put spacers on there, it took out the ball, or the ball joints, the wheel bearings, pretty much everything, but it was at 176,000 miles, so it was time for all of that stuff. It just sped up the process because it had all those miles, and then we added spacers. But it's not going to change your ride much at all. And the other question I always get is, will they break? The spacer is a solid piece of aluminum, and the only ones we sell are Bora. They got 10.1 steel studs. Those are stronger than your wheel. So the wheel's going to give out before the spacer. If the spacer / adapter breaks, A, your studs were sticking out too far, hit the back of the wheel, and it never tightened down, and you have an air gap in there, and it wobbles until it breaks. B, you bought cheap eBay spacers, and they're just dangerous. The studs aren't strong enough steel, they don't have a hub-centric ring, and they're just cheap shit out of China, and they will break, your wheels will fall off, you're going to end up on truck rice. So that's why we only stick with Bora, and they don't change the ride. They're strong as shit. We run them all the time. I'm not mad. I'm just excited. Anybody else have a question? I promise not to get us upset.
Do you have a listing for the tire ply? Brian, every time he goes to put a wheel and tire package together, he gets a check tire load rating. So, first question is, Brian, what tires are you looking at? 'Cause that would be...
Does he have a 2500?
I would assume so.
Yeah. So what you guys will see is the manufacturers reached out to us and they said, hey fellas, this is a load E 10 ply tire. However, the load rating, so when you look down here, this load E 10 ply is 3195 at 80 pounds. But if I go to a typical mud tire, so that one would probably make the rating on your door label. But if I go to a typical mud tire, you'll see that that same load E, that same 10 ply, is only $25.96. So if I put in that I've got a 1 ton truck or a 3/4 ton truck, we're going to warn you that that's underrated. and you need to double check. So are people running them anyways? Absolutely, because there's very few tires that you can run that are the right load pressure. The other thing is, a lot of these tires max out at 65 pounds, and your TPMS, if you have a newer vehicle that's a 2500, wants you to run 80 pounds. So your TPMS light's going to be on at all times. It's always going to tell you you're under pressured because these things max out at like 65 pounds. I don't think we have that on here. Yeah, at 65, 2596 at 65. So the one I previously showed you goes up to 80, and that's when they do the load range. So you really want to watch this, and if it doesn't have 80 here, your TPMS is always going to be on, and you're basically underrated, and you're running a tire that's going to chew through, and your warranty is not going to work. This will not carry the manufacturer warranty because you basically overloaded those tires. So we're going to do a whole shit I never knew. We've been getting a lot of questions. We've been learning a lot about this. One thing that is really cool that's happening, the Nitto Ridge Grappler Junior is an F load. So that's going to be a beautiful 3/4 ton, 1 ton truck. That's a hybrid. So it's not an MT, it's not an all-terrain, it's right in between, it's a hybrid. And we just got news that within a week, we will have, I think they're 35, 12.5 R20 Toyo Open Country MT F-loaded. So we're going to do the shit I never knew on those two F-loaded tires also within the next week, week and a half. So we'll bring you guys that stuff. But that's what's going on, is that these tires are not made for 3/4 tons. Because people throwing mud tires on 3/4 ton pickup trucks is new. They used to be for towing and hauling. Now they're for mauling and crawling. See what I did there?
Yeah.
But we do it. We're down with it. We're running underrated tires on CO2. And then we pull the trailer. And we laugh the whole time. And we ain't scared. But we know that we're taking that risk. And that's why we're throwing the warning up there, is because you have to know that you're taking that risk. And if your tires start separating, it will not be covered because you overloaded it. It's not made for that. Yeah, with spacers. At 90, uphill, going against the wind, 4 miles per gallon.
At 4 gallons per mile.
Yeah. Any other general ones?
Not really. Oh.
Did that help?
Yeah, Brian said it's awesome. That's exactly what he needed to know.
Yeah, sorry I get so excited, but those are the ones that, you know, for us it's been a huge learning curve too, because the whole industry is going through this learning curve of what people are doing with mud tires. And that's why you're going to see, I bet you all the major brands will come out with F-load by this time next year. And then you'll be able to just pick that instead of the underrated E.
Is there a way we could filter them?
Mm-hmm. Yep. When we get to that point where there's multiple F-load, we basically could add a filter up top that when you're looking for tires, so when you get to this screen where it's got the additional filters, we can put the load index. Yep. And then we can put a link to the video explaining the shit I never knew about the different indexes. So, you know, keep asking these questions. These are the ones that make us better because we understand what you need to understand. And sometimes if we don't know, we'll go out and learn it, and then we'll shoot the video and put it up there. Half the time we watch our own videos to remember what we learned 3 weeks ago, because there's so much information in this industry. I do. Banker's got an actual memory. I don't. Junior doesn't. We saw that tonight.
Yeah.
You remembered your name, though. I mean, it's a kickoff.
Did I even say my name?
I don't know. Your name's Jared, though, isn't it?
Yes.
All right. Any other general questions? Otherwise, we'll probably wrap it up.
Yeah. This one, I've seen this question before. We've been asked 1,000 times. Can we get Patriot tires?
Yeah, I thought they were on there now. We absolutely can. If they're not on there, shame on us. They should be on there. Tires, Patriot. Yep. Looks like we have 37 13.5 20s in stock, 37 12.5 17s, and 285 70 17s, and then a whole bunch of them. I should say a few of them on back are 33 12.5 20, 40 15.5. So if you wanted to know what the timeline on that was, you can click on it, on that size, and then click on this button that says email for time estimate. Click that button, it'll load up your email, and you can just send us an email, and it'll tell us that that's the tire you're asking about. The other option is to come down here and fill this out, but that email click button would be way faster. The other option is that anytime you can just email us at sales@customoffsets.com, and we can help out with wheel and tire questions. But yeah, we have Patriot, and there's a good chance we have these, and it's just not updated because it's a new tire, and they're just coming into stock. So it'd be worth asking because it could be something that we currently have. They're still fairly new. I don't know anybody running them yet, so I don't have an opinion on
A
them.
few SEMA trucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so
Those,
empty,
I believe
so many
those are
empties.
F-rated.
You think so?
They make them for 1 tons.
Let's check their 33 12.5 R20, see what they're rating in. 10 ply load E, but it's a 3195 at 65, so that's a lot higher than some of the other MTs we saw. So it's still load E, but it's a lot higher load range. Is that the 35 I just clicked on? Oh, that's a 17. Yeah, 3195. So that's a good one. That's a good one, Junior. Wow, their 3713.5s run 3858. So you know that max load pressure is something to look at, and you can look at the sticker on the door of your truck, and it'll tell you what you need to be running. Or a lot of times you can just Google it if you don't want to go outside.
There's so much love for your soul patch last week, and you're just not liking it.
You're mad about it?
Wasn't Austin the one that said he liked
Yeah.
it? Yeah. Now
Is
he's
he
sad.
back and he's upset about it?
Yeah, now he's mad about
He's
it.
got issues. Austin, you just gotta relax and go with the flow, man. We're gonna do what we're gonna do. It's all for the gram. All of it. The whole thing, Junior. The whole thing. If I could just be on the gram.
You are.
Oh yeah. I guess we're done here then.
I think we're good.
Is that it?
Sorry, I'm answering questions on here right now.
Doing emails, bro?
Yeah.
Any other lasting questions? Otherwise, here's the you, here's the me. If we ever do disagree, well then, you, here's the me.
There's my bleep word. I see what you did there.
Austin said he loves you.
I know, Austin.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You guys stay tuned. We're going to do another wheel giveaway in the next 5 weeks. We'll probably announce it in the next few days.
Your wife's watching.
My wife is?
Yep.
I got to get home to dinner. See you guys. Peace.